thanks for joining in. I'm Elliot Portillo. I'm the host of the HSU Jackcast presented by Humboldt State Athletics. I'm here with men's and women's soccer standouts, Motoki Sato and Sabine Postma. Thank you so much for coming on and joining the pod with me, you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no worries.
You guys are awesome because you were both nominated as both were given the prestigious CCAA Championship Scholar Award for your respective sports. Pretty big accomplishment. This is an award that goes out to the whole conference, and you guys were at the top of the top academically. So there's been a lot of success for you guys both on and off the field. I'm just going to ask a general question for both of you guys. What do you think has kind of contributed the most to your guys' overall success, like academically, athletically? Like, what has been the main driving factor?
I'd say just staying on task with my priorities and being disciplined enough to go to class first on Zoom, which can be hard for some people, especially during these times. And just doing the assignments and on time and doing it before it's due and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that's what.
I agree. I also think like utilizing all of the opportunities we have, especially as student athletes, is really important. A lot of the times professors are super cooperative and really willing to help you out if you're missing classes or have tests where you're gone. So I think that's really important, especially to communicate with your professors and stuff. And also to utilize like all the things that HSU has to offer, like tutors and after class help and stuff like that, I think is really important, and just staying on task on top of it.
Awesome. And Motoki, you had mentioned a little bit just like overall, like the concept of like just going to class and actually showing up for class. How is this semester just being fully online, fully virtual, or the past semester, how has that kind of impacted your performance, like going to class, so to speak?
Right.
And like, what is like, what would you say is like, how has that helped or hurt your academic performance?
I think it definitely, going to Zoom classes it's a lot harder than just going in class. First off, it's like a lot of people just start bailing out towards like the middle of the semester. And so, you go to class and there's only like 4 people. It can be kind of discouraging to go to class, but I try to go to every single one, even if it's like a few people. And I mean, I guess it's more one-on-one time with the teacher, but overall, I think it's a little bit more difficult than actually going into class in person.
Have you found any ways that you've kind of like adjusted to that like any like tactics that have helped you like feel more engaged in class?
I mean, if I have like questions, I feel like it's a lot easier when it's just like a few people than it is if it's like a bunch of people in the class, and that kind of helps a lot. And plus you have like the teacher's almost individual attention, and in that regard it helped. But overall, just like the motivation of going to class sometimes is a little low, just because there's not many people in there and you're not physically there.
And Sabine, I'll pose the same question to you as well. Like, what's been the biggest kind of challenge adjusting just to having and this was your last semester, this past fall. What was the biggest challenge for you academically?
Mine was a little hard because my professors all offered the option, like they would record all of their Zoom lectures and then we could go watch them whenever we wanted. So I had to make sure I stayed really on top of going twice a week. And if I missed the time, because we often had waits around that time, I would always make sure to try and get it in the same day. And I think it was really helpful. I like chose a spot in my room where like it was like that was where I was going to do like all my Zoom stuff. So like I had a spot on my desk and I was like, okay, when I stay here, I'm doing Zoom stuff. I think that helped, because if I was just laying in bed all day, it was really hard for me to get onto my Zoom classes and actually achieve things throughout my day.
And I guess that's another part of it too. You mentioned like having stuff like during lift sessions and during practice. We were one of the only actual schools this fall that was able to have some form of in-person practice while there was virtual school. How awesome was that for you guys to be able to at least have some semblance of, I'm a student athlete still, I can actually go to practice, I can still do this while going to school? Like, how important do you think that was overall?
Well, it was like my last semester. I had saved like one class for it, so I would have been super bummed if we couldn't have gotten together at all. Just having the opportunity to like meet the freshmen and kind of like show them the ropes a little bit and have like that one last semester was really important for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a junior, so I still got some time, but it definitely, just seeing your teammates, and even if it was just the pods, definitely encouraged me. keep going in terms of athletics.
So until you're a junior, you still have one more season, right? That you're going to try to use next fall.
Right.
With that being said, I know they've made the announcement that they're going to try to have in-person classes next fall. How excited are you for that and for the prospect of actually being able to like compete again?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm stoked. I mean, hopefully it goes through, and definitely the in-person classes will definitely help out. And just having a season again would be amazing.
And so with that, do you guys personally have any like study tips that you found? You've mentioned a couple already, but like what are your biggest study tips you can offer to anybody that's like a struggling student, a student athlete that wants to increase their grades and maybe get up to your level academically?
I think it helps if you have, if you know people in your class, trying to form like little study groups. I think that's super helpful. Like designating a certain time that you're going to study, like I'm going to be in the library at this time, and then trying to have other people meet up. Because I think if you can become really good at teaching what you're learning to other people, then you have it all down. So I think like that's the most effective way to study, at least it was for me.
One of my biggest things was if I had any questions or anything like pertaining to like a test, I would always just ask the teacher, and most of the time they would reply pretty quickly and help out. And I've had like Zoom sessions where if I didn't understand the material, they would explain it to me one-on-one. And I mean, it's on Zoom, so you don't really have to physically go anywhere. And so that helped out a lot. Just asking your professor any like just questions is definitely helpful.
Do you feel like it's been easier to be able to like talk to professors and reach out with the communication, or like do you still obviously like prefer being able to actually go sit down and like go to like in-person office hours and things like that?
It's 50-50. I don't know. Like it's nice that you don't have to get out of your room to go like talk to a professor, but it's also a lot harder to make that connection to then like later ask for like letters of rec or trying to get recommendations.
Right.
Harder if they only online.
Yeah, I feel like this or last semester, I think I reached out to more of my professors than previously, and I've had more like individual conversations with them. And I don't know if that's because, you know, I could just do it at my house and just in my room, and so I don't have to go anywhere, which made it convenient. But I definitely talked to my professors more this last semester than the previous semesters.
And on the topic of professors, do you guys have like a favorite professor or like just a faculty member that's like stood out to you since you've been here that you'd like just to give a shout out to?
Well, I would 100% shout out Sehi. I would not have through without Sehi for sure. She's an angel sent from heaven. I hope this gets out to you.
Oh, we can always give props to Sehi. Thanks, Sehi.
Definitely want to shout out Dr. Bloden. She definitely helped out a lot for this semester. She's a great teacher.
This is more of and this is kind of the one I'll kind of lead you guys off of to finish it off. Do you guys have like when school's actually in session and like in person, do you have any spots on campus that are like your go-to study spots or like your go-to place just to like focus and rely on academics?
If I got to practice early, I really enjoyed sitting on like the corner of our field, especially when it's sunny out, because the field would kind of heat up and you could like lay there and study. I thought that was nice. The library was cool too, but the last semester with the construction was rough.
Yeah, definitely for me, it was always in the library. Definitely a place to go for me.
Cool. Yeah, and I've always found that like there's some places like just like I wish that field, the campus field where they put all the portables was still like grass, because when that wasn't portables, that was such a nice place to just like chill out and like spread out. And it's been a bummer, a little bit of a bummer that they put some construction up there, but honestly, it's like you got to do what you got to do. Well, that's pretty much all the questions I had. Do you guys have anything you want to leave off on?
Go Jacks.
Yeah, go Jacks.
Hell yeah, it's a go Jacks. Thanks so much, you guys, for logging on with me and doing this recording. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your winter break. I know, Sabine, you're done. You're off into the real world of adult things.
Fun.
And we wish you the best. Do you have anything lined up in terms of that?
I'm actually looking to apply for master's programs in environmental science and policy for the fall and next spring. So.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Well, best of luck with that. We'll be looking forward to hearing any good news on that. And thank you so much again for joining on, and have a great rest of your day. Go Jacks.